Imagine you are standing in the middle of a violent ocean storm. The waves are crashing against your boat, the wind is howling, and the dark clouds have swallowed the sun. Most people spend their entire lives trying to scream at the storm, hoping the wind will stop blowing or the waves will calm down because they demanded it. They exhaust their souls trying to control the weather of their lives. But the Stoic is different. The Stoic does not look at the clouds. The Stoic looks at the oar in his hands. He asks himself, "Can I stop the storm? No. Can I steer the boat? Yes." We suffer not because of the world, but because we believe we can command things that were never ours to begin with. Why do you give your peace away to a world that doesn't even know you exist? It is time to draw a line in the sand. 2,000 years ago, a man born into slavery named Epictetus discovered the secret to an unbreakable life. He taught that all things are divided into two categories: those that are up to us and those that are not. Up to us are our opinions, our intentions, our desires, and our own actions. Everything else, your reputation, the weather, the economy, and the decisions of other people, is externals. They are outside the walls of your fortress. If you tie your happiness to these external things, you are a slave. You are waiting for the world to give you permission to be okay. But when you realize that your mind is the only thing you truly own, you become a king in a world of chaos. This is the dichotomy of control, the sharpest blade in the Stoic's arsenal, forged in the silence of deep reflection. Think about the last time you felt truly anxious. Your mind was probably racing, building invisible bridges to a future that hasn't happened, or tearing down the ruins of a past you cannot change. This is the great illusion of human life. The belief that if we worry enough, if we stress enough, we can somehow force the universe to bend to our will. We try to grasp water in our fists, only to watch it slip through our fingers. Epictetus warned us that anxiety is not caused by the events themselves, but by our judgment of them. When you obsess over how someone else perceives you, or whether a situation will end in success or failure, you are giving away your power. You are handing the keys to your inner peace to a stranger, to circumstance, to fate. You must take those keys back. How do we begin to let go? It starts with a simple shift in focus. Every time you face a challenge, you must pause and draw the line. Ask yourself, is this within my absolute control? If the answer is no, your response must be immediate and ruthless. Then it is none of my concern. This does not mean you become passive or careless. A Stoic still works hard, still loves deeply, and still strives for excellence. But they detach from the outcome. An archer can choose the best bow, aim with perfect precision, and release the string with flawless technique. These actions are within his control. But once the arrow leaves the bow, a sudden gust of wind can blow it off course. The Stoic archer accepts the wind. He finds victory in the discipline of the shot, not merely in hitting the target. When you stop wasting your energy on the unbreakable walls of fate, you suddenly discover a massive reservoir of power within yourself. Think of the heavy baggage you carry every single day, the regret over a lost opportunity, the frustration over a coworker's attitude, the fear of economic collapse. You drag this weight everywhere you go, exhausting your spirit. But what if you simply dropped it? Letting go is not an act of surrender. It is an act of supreme rebellion against the chaos of the world. By refusing to be moved by external events, you become an immovable object. The Stoic understands that the world will always be unpredictable. People will betray you, markets will crash, and storms will come. But the silence within your own mind, that is a fortress no external force can breach unless you open the gates. Consider the weight of other people's opinions. How much of your life is spent performing for an audience that doesn't genuinely care? Epictetus famously said, If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. To the Stoic, the judgment of the crowd is nothing more than wind blowing through the trees. It makes a loud noise, but it has no real substance. If a man insults you, what has he actually done? He has merely made a sound. The injury only occurs if you choose to accept his words as truth. You are the sole architect of your emotional reality. When you stop seeking validation from the outside, you build self-respect on the inside. You stop being a supporting character in someone else's drama, and you become the director of your own existence. This is the quiet power of detachment. It is easy to understand this philosophy when the seas are calm, but the true test comes when tragedy strikes or plans crumble. When you face adversity, your first instinct is usually resistance. You fight against reality, asking, "Why is this happening to me?" This resistance is the root of all suffering. Imagine falling into a rushing river. If you panic and try to swim directly upstream against the raging current, you will drown from exhaustion. But if you accept the flow of the water, conserve your energy, and calmly look for the nearest shore, you will survive. The Stoic does not fight reality. They accept it unconditionally. They understand that whatever happens was always going to happen. You cannot change the past and you cannot control the future. You only have power over this exact moment. What will you do right now? Therefore, you must redirect all the energy you once wasted on worrying into building your internal character. Let the world be as messy and unfair as it is. Let people judge. Let the economy fluctuate. Let the storms rage. Your only task is to ensure that your mind remains disciplined, your actions remain just, and your heart remains resolute. When you stop trying to manage the universe, you finally have the time and strength to master yourself. You transition from a victim of circumstance into an active participant in your own destiny. You realize that true freedom is not having everything go your way, but being completely fine regardless of which way things go. The strongest man is not the one who can move mountains. The strongest man is the one who remains perfectly still while the mountain crumbles around him. To master this dichotomy of control, you must practice it daily in the quiet moments of your life. When the alarm rings in the early hours and the cold morning air hits your face, do not complain about the temperature. You cannot control the weather, but you can control your discipline to rise. When someone cuts you off in traffic, do not let their reckless action dictate your mood for the next hour. Smile at the absurdity of letting a stranger steal your peace. This is your training ground. Every minor inconvenience is an opportunity to strengthen your mind. You are forging your armor in the silence of these small, everyday victories. Over time, the things that used to break you will barely register as a whisper. You will walk through the chaos of the world untouched, protected by an invisible shield of your own making. So, as you stand in the middle of whatever storm you are facing right now, drop the illusion. Stop screaming at the wind. Let go of the need to control the uncontrollable and watch as the heavy chains of anxiety fall from your shoulders. Your energy is a finite, precious resource. Do not pour it into the bottomless pit of external events. Focus it entirely on the person in the mirror. Refine your thoughts, perfect your actions, and guard your inner silence with your life. The world can take everything from you, your wealth, your status, your comfort, but it can never take your mind unless you hand over the keys. Keep the keys. Embrace the dichotomy of control. Stop caring about the noise outside and become the silent, unbreakable force within.